You good? You got that look in your eye.
All right. Today is all about pulling back the curtain, going in behind the scenes, and there's so much backstory about this and so many different things on the creative side and strategy side. So where we're going to start is, how did the idea come together?
We weren't just going to be for cybersecurity and that's it. That was the genesis behind the idea of we need something that is a big brand campaign to go after more than just the biggest companies in the world. And then it became, how do we actually tell the story?
And we said, you know what, the campaign is going to focus on people who have controlled complexity in their own lives. It happened to be the same time that the Olympics were going on, so Simone Biles was really top of mind. At the same time, we discovered Amy Bream via her viral video.
Big push. Yes! Amy Bream.
We tend to forget about the human when we're in cybersecurity because it's very technology heavy, very focused on the bits and bytes. With Axonius, to do something that is potentially risky, right? It's an investment, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort to pull something together like this. But to say, we trust you, and what else do you need, I think is one of the most powerful things that you can say for somebody.
And Axonius saw this is a great opportunity to get directly to the people, understand their problems, but also show them the solutions.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think Simone and Amy really sort of exemplified the campaign message?
They've just been two people that have proven that they can overcome anything in a different field than cybersecurity, but we all feel the same. And it's just something so universal that you see it and you get it right away. I think there's also something to be said for a message that isn't just fear, fear, fear. Mm-hmm. Right? That's what is so overwhelming in our industry, and it makes it unique.
I remember walking on set that first time in Nashville and being able to mostly see your vision and being so excited about it. What was the core idea to the visual design and overall aesthetic of the shoot for you?
Just take it literally. Filmmaking is such a flexible medium, and it's also an orchestra, and every instrument in that orchestra can play complex things. It can also play very controlled things. So use these stories and make them very complex at the beginning, and then show how it became controlled. Make the actual words show up in the way the thing looks.
Amy interview, take one, marker.
I don't think I'll ever forget seeing this for the first time. Mm-hmm. And I just was like, holy shit.
One of the craziest things that if people are watching the Amy commercials, the documentary, is that they don't know that it was not scripted. It's just her talking.
It still makes me tear up.
Yeah.
When she was turning through the pictures.
My mom didn't actually know that I was going to be born with a birth defect.
Watching it, you feel like you're right there with her.
Yeah.
Sorry, should I just start reciting these? My body is beautiful, exactly the way it was designed. Confidence comes from me, not from what other people think of me or from what I look like. My leg does not define me. I am meant to thrive.
Can Bream get one more?
Like, that still gets me. Like, it really does.
I might have one tear here.
Like, it just, I love it.
Excellent.
I think one of the biggest pieces in the Simone edit is what we call at Axonius the pasta scene.
Simone Biles, in complete control.
In work and in life, when that noise and chaos try to creep in, I breathe deep, embrace the quiet, and remember who I love.
We kept saying we wanted to challenge what people thought they knew about Simone, and your whole creative concept for it really just hit the nail on the head.
Dinner scene, take one, action.
Dinner with Biles is interesting because that scene was always a part of the ad. We wanted to showcase her with her family together, and her best friend and her sister were there, and her parents. And when we had talked about that would happen, we need to get that scene anyway. Let's just roll, and we'll prompt questions, and let's see what we get. I'm so glad we did it. There's nothing else like that.
Watching that was really compelling. We would watch what you guys were shooting throughout the day when we were in Video Village, and like sometimes we'd all be really zoned in on it, and sometimes you'd kind of be doing other things, and everybody who was in that area like stopped what they were doing, and we were all very intently watching, and we were like, this is amazing. Like, this is incredible.
It also felt like you were like sitting at the table with your family. I was like, oh, my dad does that.
Yes.
Well, that also really helped us on the PR story.
Yes.
Because there
that
was unique things that she's never answered before in that, and that was like part of the angle of covering the story, and that helped us on the PR side.
When you all watched that unfold, were you like, I can't believe this went the way it did?
For me, yes, because our interactions with Simone were very, very limited. Up to the time that we shot. So you just don't know. And with a high level athlete like that, they're normally fairly guarded, protected. And then we got to the dinner scene, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, because she was 100% herself.
It totally underscores the entire point of everything this campaign was about, was being human.
Yeah.
And we got to see her do that.
Yeah.
Amy is a source of great emotion for me. Not just her story, but her ability to connect with other people. I mean, she was the sweetest host. I mean, like, everything about her was just fantastic. And Simone, obviously, I mean, she's a star. I loved her off camera. Like, she just shined so much when it was more candid. That to me was just such a huge success, knowing that we were able to work with somebody of her caliber. I've seen so many different things happen as a result of this campaign that, to me, are success. So I'd love to hear from you and what success has meant to your team.
Up until the flight to Houston, our plan to launch this massive multi-million-dollar campaign was to put it on the landing page, which is an absolutely horrible idea.
Not good enough. Shouldn't we lead with video? No one is really doing that in our space, which anytime I hear no one's doing that in our space, I'm like, we're gonna be the first. And so I wanted to have something that gave the campaign what it deserved.
I think everybody would agree, like, it was 100% worth it, and I think most of us view the campaign and Axonius Plus as like kind of like one of those crown jewels of your career, you know?
Obviously, this brings brand awareness, so you obviously had some strategy behind this. What were some of the initial KPIs?
We set our goal on aided recall. There's also just the stuff that you can't really measure, right? You know that by having millions or tens of millions or more impressions, and you're gonna see your traffic go up, you're gonna see people that reach out to you and say, I've seen your ad everywhere. They might not necessarily click on it. Something I wasn't really thinking about at the beginning, but it really matters right now, is that we have people that have joined our company because of this campaign.
As part of this whole initiative, we also this year launched a brand survey with Ruckus. The only other survey that we've done had us at 9% aided recall. So in my mind, as we're starting this project, I'm like, 13 would be a great number. I'd be very happy with 13, you know? We're looking at the results and it's 20%. And I'm like, absolutely not. There's something wrong here. We did not more than double.
You wanted to scrap everything. You're like, we got to start from scratch.
Yes. I was like, there's no way that this is just so extraordinary. This is like impossible.
Beyond the metrics, it's something very special that people are like, oh, what does Axonius do? And they do more research on the brand, or they want to work with us, and that's something very special.
I've been to a lot of conferences over the last 5 years, and usually the conversation is, Axonius? Like, what do you guys do? This year at RSA, I never had that conversation once. Everyone had already heard of us. Everyone.
I love what you said about recruiting, because I think that's such an amazing component to a brand awareness campaign like this.
If you're in tech, there's a lot of places you can go, right? The market is incredibly difficult to find really great candidates. And it's really hard to distinguish. If you're saying I'm in cybersecurity, even that alone, there's hundreds, if not thousands of vendors that all look the same. But when something really stands out that is totally unique, at least it's gonna get your attention, and then you're gonna look a little further. And I think just that alone puts us on a different playing field than we ever were before.
Very good. I think that's about it.
That's it. Is that a wrap?
Do you want to talk us out?
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.